What's up, boys and girls? How we doing? What's up, Joel? How you doing back there? The Wizard. Johnny, a.k.a. Jack, what's going on?
Oh, man, I'm just so happy to be here, as usual, at Golden Touch Studios.
A Crow Village production.
Yeah, we got some changes afoot, and we'll talk about that. But
the times they are changing.
How you doing? How goes the battle?
It's been a battle, I got to be honest and tell you. The last couple of weeks have been very interesting, but we'll get into all that stuff. I'm also happy to be here today.
Yeah, happy to be anywhere.
Happy to be anywhere. Happy to be on the wake-up list. We hope that you guys are doing well. We wish everyone the best. You know what I mean? We're having fun here with our opinions and our take on the world. And should we get this thing going here? That's a sweet one right there. The weed world. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, what's going on in the world of weed?
Well, I tell you, there's,
That's my part.
Yeah. we talk about pot and politics here.
Yeah.
But to be frank, this is tax season for the excise tax, okay? So about 2 years ago, we as the grower and manufacturer were responsible for collecting the tax on weed that we sold to you as a retailer. And it would stress my boss out tremendously because, it's a fucking $500,000 or $700,000 worth of fucking money. But they changed that a year or so ago, and we are no longer responsible for that. But you, as a dispensary, are now responsible for that money. And from what I understand, I talked to someone the other day, like 80% of the people in California that are in the cannabis industry have not paid the excise tax.
Of course not.
You know what I mean? So what the fuck, are you doing with all that money, right? I mean, the pot's selling. People are buying it, Anyway, so you got these mom and pop shops that are onesie-twosies that are being, again, as I've said many times, being sucked up by these big corporations that, have money and pay their taxes and now have 22 stores or 17 stores. And I mean, I'm not going to give them any props, but there's a bunch of them here in the state of California.
Well, we talked about it before that there are a fair amount of people that say, let's rent a storefront and start selling weed. Smelling it too, but start selling weed, and they
Smell
don't
that.
Yeah, they don't know from excise tax. All they know is they're selling weed, and what?
Yeah,
and so that's why there was a shakeout before.
Yeah,
and now there's going to be another shakeout because they don't pay their taxes.
And you said this, you know what I mean? At the end, you know what I mean? Like, it's win by attrition. Just the strong survive in anything, and there's a lot of people in the herd that aren't doing well. I mean, we on Instagram, there's a site there's a site called Blacklist, and they talk about a lot of the things in cannabis and trapping weed all over the country. And last week, one of the things they were like, pay your vendors. Like, everybody's not getting paid.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably have at least $3-4 million on the street.
Yeah.
Of legally owed money. And these people want us to send them product, but we're like, look, until you catch up on your invoices, we're not sending you anything.
Yeah, and they're not going to catch.
Which is problematic for us because I need to sell the weed. It's fruit. It's going to go bad. I've got it. I need to find a revenue or an avenue to get rid of it where I can get rid of it and get paid.
So you don't do everybody's on net 30-day accounts.
I try to stay COD.
Yeah.
I only have a couple people that are net 30. Most people are net 7 or net 14, and those people can't pay. So you took my weed. It's sold out because I can go on Weed Maps or anywhere else and see how much of my weed you have in stock. So you took my money and paid somebody else. So it's become an issue.
Yeah, well, it's still a little bit of a clandestine industry on some level.
Yeah, see, yeah.
Yeah, see.
As I like to say, fuck you, pay me. Remember that in the Goodfellas?
Oh, yeah.
Had a flood, fuck you, pay me.
Fire, fuck you, pay me.
Yeah. Exactly. But anyway, I mean, it's still a ton of fun for me to be in the cannabis industry. I've always been a huge advocate for recreational and medicinal marijuana. I've also become an advocate for medicinal and recreational. Oh, it's over here. Mushrooms. But anyway, let's get into the world. I mean, like, there's so much fucking going on, dude.
Yeah,
like,
well, this is one thing I just wanted to just for a second touch on
what's
because you had mentioned Scorsese and Goodfellas that we were talking earlier. None of us knew that the Oscars were on tonight.
I thought Oscar wasn't on Sesame Street.
Well, it's so funny because it always used to be an event. All my friends would go wherever they went and glued to the TV, and now no one even knows they're on. They've got like 10 movies, and I'm going to read them off just real quickly because there are probably about four of them that most of us have heard about. I mean, American Fiction, no. Anatomy of a Fall, I don't know. Barbie, I suppose everybody knows that. Holdovers, that's got Giamatti in it, so I kind of knew about that one. Killers, Firewall, whatever that. Killers of the Flower Moon. That's Scorsese. Maestro's about Leonard Bernstein. No one really seen it. Oppenheimer, people know who that is. Past Lives, whatever. And but there's the one I like is Zone of Interest. That's up for Academy Award Best Picture. Should be more like Zone of Disinterest or No Interest because that's basically. So that's enough about the Oscars,
Yeah, I didn't. I never was a fan.
Yeah, well, I'm a big movie guy, and I always was.
We talked about this earlier. I don't watch as many movies as I used to.
Yeah,
I'll watch. I'm looking forward to Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
I like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
I'm 58 years old. I'm just a child that's grown old. But
I
watch a lot of I like watching reality stuff anymore.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to YouTube. None of these movies. If I have Netflix, I have Amazon, I've got fucking Hulu. I got and it's all shit I've either seen before or it's the same fucking story.
It's the derivative of The Godfather or whatever it is, and that's why
nobody can be creative anymore. I get in music. There's only like 4 or 5 chords, right?
Yeah, and there's 7 plots and all of literature and all that. Yeah,
you can predict that shit.
Yeah, you can. That's why I find myself watching. I mentioned The Godfather. I've got it TiVo'd. I'll spend half an hour watching my favorite scenes of that. I for some reason, The Natural, because it's about baseball. I watch those scenes too. So
yeah. I mean, Field of Dreams, baseball movie. Like, there's a few movies I can still watch over and over again. But anything anymore, I mean, I'm tired of the woke bullshit. I'm tired of the stuff they're ingesting.
Well, you're not the only one
injecting into stories that that it's just I'm sick of.
Well, you're not the only one that's tired of the woke shit. Ask Disney; they can tell you people are tired of their woke shit. They don't want to have anything to do with it. I
watched a show about Disney last night and all the deaths that have taken place at both Disneyland and Disney World over the years that they cover up. You die, they don't pronounce you dead on Disney property. They take you to Santa Ana Hospital.
Yeah.
And then they pronounce you dead there so that they can't sue Disney. I mean, again, it's all about greed, okay?
Right.
And self-preservation. Greed and self-preservation. the humanity,
Disney doesn't
capitalism, the dual side, they don't give a fuck. They're counting dollars. Everybody wants dollars. If you're a Republican, if you're a Democrat, if you're right, if you're left, you're counting dollars. That's all you care about is money. You don't care about people. These health organizations, medical, pharmaceutical, it's all about money. They don't really care that somebody might have something that needs to be cured or it's going to cost money. You know what I mean? They don't care.
Well,
how much can they get out of it?
Yeah, there are people that.
How can I fuck you today?
There are people that their aim is true, but they end up being small.
They
end up being small. They don't rise. They don't rise to any level.
There's no cream
other than they're a good person.
Nice guys finish last.
That's right.
Yeah.
Only
the good die young.
So I should be number one in something then.
Right, yeah.
Because, maybe I do have
your mom's eyes, you're still number one.
Yeah, my mom, yeah. She's she's something else. I was just talking to her. I just had my big 7-0 last week.
Happy birthday! Shout out to Johnny Jack.
Yeah, that was something.
Jingleheimer
That's
Schmidt.
that's a surreal deal.
Yeah.
You'll find out one of these days.
I sure hope
in the
so.
not too distant.
I sure hope so.
But my mom's 98 and she was a school teacher, and if she wraps my knuckles with a ruler, is it child abuse or elder abuse now? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a candidate for elder abuse now.
My mom never did that. I had some nuns do that to me in Catholic school.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, my mom never did.
I always rolled up my sleeves. Like we had to wear a uniform, and I'd always roll. And you weren't allowed to roll up your sleeves.
Yeah.
I didn't care. Oh, I got whacked a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. No, my mom.
Shout out to Sister Mary Catherine.
But as far as current events, we were talking a little bit about this State of the Union address.
The hate speech. The angry man.
I watched
drugs.
I watched some of it, and I put my TV on mute, and he was still too loud.
Yeah. I thought that was funny when we talked about that on the phone. For a minute there, I'm like, how did he hear him?
Yeah. Well, there is one thing that this isn't mine, but I thought it was hilarious. That guy David Anglo, he's got the Western Razor thing. He said, "Yeah, Biden was on fire," and by that I mean he looked like a burn victim. I don't know why.
He was angry through the whole thing. I mean, I didn't really watch all of it. I only watched highlights. But
that's a campaign speech. That's what it was.
I mean, you're doing so bad with regard to this country. Okay, remember. And again, I've said this many times, it's been a long time since we, the people, had control of this country, if we ever had control of this country.
Yeah.
And what they're doing, on their own accord to whatever they want to do, to whatever their narrative is not what we, the people, want. And I think we, the people now, in so many fashions, are waking up to the fact that, we need to step up, you know what I mean? Or truly, as that farting point they have now about it's the end of democracy. Democracy ended a long time ago with, rigged elections and this gaslighting and all this, stupid hypocrisy bullshit that they put you through, But anyway, not to get off point there.
That's on point.
It's so aggravating to me. Again, we the people. We the people. So you got the orange guy that nobody likes. It's just he's a New Yorker or whatever. They've been trying to fuck this guy so hard for so long, and it's not working on any front.
Well, and the other thing is, all the people with, as we like to say, the bottomless pit of contempt for him, when you kind of step back and look at it, don't you want somebody who's going through everything this guy's going through, and if he succeeds, that's the CEO you want.
Not if you have that TDS, though.
I know. That's
someone has made up your mind for you. Not that everyone's not a critical thinker. Not that everyone's. I don't want. When I was little, call people stupid. You don't say retarded. There's a lot of words you don't use, but there are a lot of people out there that, as educated as they are, it doesn't matter. Their feelings and this TDS thing that they have doesn't allow them to see the forest for the trees.
Yeah, they would go for a ham sandwich.
Yeah,
before they would,
Yeah,
which is Biden's kind of just this side, because you've probably, hopefully, people are watching. They've seen the day or two after the State of the Union, he was right back to mumbling and stumbling and saying
he was on drugs.
Yeah,
listen, he's on drugs.
It
has to be. And I believe we talked about this briefly. We won't talk about our source, but I think there are two people. Somebody looks very similar to him. Give me the fucking foil hat. And I also think that there's a lot of AI generated stuff with him.
Yeah, it could be.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe, but it's
the beginning of his presidency. He wasn't at the White House. They made some fucking stage for the guy.
Yeah.
Okay, that itself.
That's what.
What the fuck are you hiding?
Seriously. When they had a staged, studio that was the White House, that's when the rumors about him having a double. That's when it started.
Yeah, I believe that.
I don't know. Maybe if they're doing AI with him, they're not doing a very good job of it.
Yeah. Well, whatever they gave him, I gave them a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Because the
next day,
state of our union, not the state of Ukraine's union, not the division that you're trying to create between people that voted differently than what you see. You know what I mean, or your values.
Yeah, I wonder about that. Why he led with Ukraine. I guess that's the union that he was talking about. That's the state of that. Because unless it was a look over here,
everything's a look over
shiny
here.
object over there is Ukraine, and not the fact that
it's all smoke and mirrors, man. It's all greed and self-preservation. How do I get there? What's most important to me? BlackRock, all those Vanguard, all these people that that really run the world.
BlackRock is getting getting in the weeds here, but
we like the weeds.
Yeah, we like the weeds. That's what part of what our show's about.
Pot
right?
and politics.
Yeah, they were on that ESG.
Is that
environmental social governance and like that, and they weren't going to deal with people. Well, the states that had accounts with them, because they have $7 trillion under management or something like that, they said no, and they're starting to pull all their funding and all their investments. States are doing it from them. So some of those guys are starting to they have to wake up, just like corporations are. Okay, yeah, well, I guess if we're going to go after the minuscule woke clients out there or consumers, it's not going to work. Bud Light, all of them, take your pick. They're all over the place, and I think they're starting to. Like you said, it's all about dollars, and
it's all about revenue.
If the revenue doesn't come in,
yeah,
and it's stockholders, and they don't want to get yelled at, So
yeah, it's a crazy world. I mean, there's again greed and self-preservation across the board. You could find it. It can find its way into any conversation we're going to have today.
Yeah,
whether it be Tesla tires or petroleum products or
So the Tesla tire,
fentanyl or whatever. I mean, it's greed. It's
the Tesla tires. Just to go at that a little bit, we were talking about they just discovered that actually Teslas or EVs pollute a little bit more than the new internal combustions because the particulates that come off the tires, because those cars are so heavy.
Because the battery weighs a fucking ton.
Yeah, and so they're just as dirty as, if not dirtier than what internal combustion is. But we'll never get rid of oil.
Again, you can't. The stop oil people, they're stupid. You know what I mean? You see see this cord right here, this mic cord? It's got petroleum products in it. My hat, my glasses, my tennis shoes. Not the bracelet or my watch, but my watch might have some kind of shit in it that was made from plastic. You know what I mean? Like, you can't get away from
it's
it.
Not going
the TV
anywhere.
screen, my computer screen. You open your eyes. Stop with the feelings and open your eyes.
Well, it's the same thing. Oil's not going anywhere. And just kind of switch gears here about the Middle East and Israel, and however you feel about it, any of it. Israel's not going anywhere. There's no river to the sea going to dump them into the sea.
Oh.
They've got money. They're the only tech force in that part of the world.
Yeah.
So they're not going anywhere. And that's not going to work. You're not going to put
them
into the sea.
I mean, we're probably okay with it because we're selling them missiles, and then we're also sending Gaza food.
We're building ports for them.
Yeah. I mean, look. I mean, again, this is Joe Biden's war.
He can have it.
He can have it. Trump didn't want none of that shit. You know what I mean? So
we weren't in any wars. When
smell that.
And that's the thing that always it's curious to me about, if he gets in, all this is going to happen. Well, why didn't it happen 4 years ago when he was president? Why did none of those things happen? Now,
why didn't he already become the dictator? Because he was, what I mean? Why didn't he? Because none of it was gonna
anything.
Happen
He
on
was
his
less
watch.
of a dictator because he got rid of regulation. And anyway, it's just again the TDS thing you said. It's grasping.
It consumes people. It consumes people. It really does. You see it in every interview. We talked about the border thing earlier. We talked about MSNBC, and is it Joy Reid?
Rachel Maddow,
a couple other idiots that don't say anything. They're just there. I think they'll look good because these other people don't look so great.
Pippi Longstocking,
the old press secretary before the Q-tip girl.
Yeah.
they're laughing.
Yeah, I know.
That in Virginia, they took Virginia, for instance. And one girl said, "Oh, I live in Virginia." The border was, excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. The most important topic, right?
I know.
And they laughed.
Yeah.
Like
They're
border.
Oh,
like,
they're
what do
all
you
worried
mean?
about the border.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, Lake and Wiley's parents, I think they're pretty worried about immigration.
They're
pretty
so-
worried.
listen,
they're pretty worried about
And
it.
that was a high profile one. There's if
And they're
they
all
told
over.
you about one,
Yeah.
they're happening everywhere. And again,
Yeah.
I'm not again, as far as immigration's concerned, if you want to come here, you should come here and you should do it legally.
Sign the guest book.
Get it. If there's a line, there's a line, right? There's a line for a lot of things. I got to wait for shit. Johnny got to wait for shit. Joel got to wait for shit. Like, there's a line, no matter what it is, you have to wait. Go do your due diligence. Go through the process. Shout out to so many I have several friends that are from other countries that got their citizenship. They didn't have to wait 7 years, 8 years, all the lies that you're being told about. Well, the reason the border's not secure is because the Republicans won't sign
Blah,
for
blah,
this.
blah, blah, blah.
The border was fine until
Yeah,
Joe got in
yeah.
office. He signs these fucking executive orders and changes all the stuff that kept the border in line. Now here we are 3.5, 4 years later. The border's a fucking apocalypse of bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? And all these people are in the country illegally, don't know who they are. They're from all it's not just Mexico, okay? They're from everywhere around the world, okay?
Yeah.
Right. They're committing crimes, and you're going to put it back on the Republicans. Again, greed, self-preservation, lies.
Yeah.
Politicians are fucking actors and liars across the board.
Yeah, politician. What is politics? It's Hollywood for ugly people. Isn't that what that is?
There's a T-shirt. There's a T-shirt.
Yeah, so anyway, let's do our we got a segment we do now on podcasts.
Shout out to the Hillbillies.
Yeah, this is our meme section. Bring that up there one more time so we can read this.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Just remember, when it really hits the fan, y'all gonna need us hillbillies a lot more than we're gonna need you.
Facts.
Yeah, well, they're
Shout out to my little brother up there on the farm in West Virginia. Love you, bro.
well, they represent the people that are going to be able to hunker down.
They can take care of themselves. They got mountain engineering in their DNA.
I guess those
they can shoot, they can fish, they can hunt. They're able to take care of themselves.
they know how to cook
They
a possum.
don't need a government check.
Yeah, they can cook a possum, and I think that's probably why all those companies that sell their survival food, they're exploding. I mean, they're all doing really well.
Well, yeah, they got people running scared too.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Well, there's that too. Yeah,
I was at a Christmas party, and one of the what do they call that, white elephant gift exchange thing?
Yeah,
was a 30-day supply of food.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
freeze dried. Last 25 years.
Shout out to Kyle Nelson Construction, my man.
What do we got next there, Joel?
Oh yeah, here you
Nah,
go.
that's a good one. When you're told that mining coal is bad, but mining copper, lithium, cobalt, and nickel is good, you know you are being conned.
And probably by 11, 10-year-old kids in some third world country. So you
Yeah.
can wave at people, drive a Tesla, you know what I mean, or some other EV vehicle. Again, look into these batteries. Look into how they're made, where it comes from, and they're not really recyclable.
Well,
You burying them in the backyard now?
we've said this before, the EVs, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, we were going, God, electric car. Hell yeah. I don't have to buy gas. And that's before they told you better.
Listen, it's like, look, hey, let's marry a stripper. Sounds great right now, right?
Right.
Yeah, wait 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, well,
and see what you really get.
Yeah, and if they told
Not
you.
that I know anything about strippers or marrying one.
Yeah.
I knew a friend once.
Yeah. That's the asking for a friend thing. Huh? Yeah, well, again, it's just people like the idea of it, but
I mean, it's a great idea, honestly. Like, again,
they don't want to be told what to do. That
But
you
I would-
have to buy one.
but I would also say, look, all good things and all good time. Yes, you want to save the planet. Yeah, there are things that we could do to help the planet and ensure the future for grandkids, great grandkids, other generations. But the kind of way they shove it down your throat is a problem for me, and the lies about it, because again, they're trying to sell you something.
Right. Well, and they have to backtrack on everything. This, in California, 2035, you're not going to be able to buy a new internal combustion engine car. So how the
buy one the year before?
How that? Yeah, how the hell is that going to happen? I just got
a new one. So they're still going to be used cars.
Well, yeah, there are. However, if you want a new car, it's impractical, and they're not going to be able to do it. I just got a new car, last year, and I gave up.
Hell froze over.
Yeah, I know. I got rid of the Eddie. I got rid of the Eddie Bauer. It was a sad day in the Wilkinson family. But I
died twice last year, didn't it? You brought it back to life. Didn't you call me one day and say, it's this, it's that? I said, it's probably this. You're like, you're right. I went down a couple $100 and we were out of there, back on the road.
Yeah, I had a mechanic that was able to keep it together with duct tape and sealing wax, But this new car, everybody knows everything. They all know what I'm doing, when I'm going, how fast I'm going. I was thinking I should have just put $10,000 into the old Eddie Bauer and kept that. No one knows I'm there.
For a long time.
Anyway, I love my Eddie Bauer. Anyway, what do you got next?
Oh, yeah, this was my favorite one I found. This is true. This is so true.
A sighting of a rare Facebook fact checker.
Yeah, if there's a civil war, this guy's going to be on the other side.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about him.
Yeah. You were talking about, this probably works for Facebook as well as YouTube, that supposedly, if whatever you talk about in the first 30 seconds,
I learned that watching a lot of YouTube.
That determines whether you're on the skids and on the outs or not. If they're gonna,
especially if you're being monetized,
pull you down.
I mean, not that we started this to get monetized. We started this just to have fun.
Yeah,
because you locked us in a fucking room for a year.
Yeah,
but there's certain words. I mean, it's just like a Google search. I'm sure there's some kind of algorithm that reads the first so many seconds, minutes of the show about what it's, what the words are and where you're going to go in the queue.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Well, the other thing, Joel mentioned this, that, if they actually have people doing it, they got about 30 seconds before they're going, I'm moving on to the next. I think
it's a machine.
Yeah, they red flag
a computer.
They red flag, just like they do with your phone calls.
I don't think that's true though. I think a machine is probably something that's mechanical that works.
Yeah, that big database in the down under the ground in Denver, they flag every word you say on the phone.
Yeah,
I don't know. What's next there, Joel? So, Joe Biden was the first Democrat to win the Maricopa County since 1948. And then Democrats hired 73 lawyers to stop the Arizona Senate from inspecting the ballot. I love the look on that kid's face.
That picture's been used for a lot of memes over the years.
Yeah.
He was one of the OG memes for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, the elections since the first caveman was elected, of his cul-de-sac, they've been subject to that, Chicago and Daley and Kennedy and Nixon and and they all complain about it.
How long has it been since we the people or was it really we the people?
Yeah, and everybody lost their shit about Trump saying what he said, but Gore was all over him in Florida when he was Bush.
This isn't the first time anybody's talked about cheating or election.
I know. Denial. Hillary was crying, and it's just the way they do it, But it does go on. It does go on, and as time goes on, they have more forensics about the.
Yeah, thank you. Go ahead.
So, anyway, they stole the election. That's what it's all about. So. What do we got next, Joel?
I need to blow my nose. I can't even breathe over here. You can edit this out, right?
Yeah.
We'll hold off.
Huh?
We'll just keep it running.
Yeah, just keep it running. You can edit it out. I was saying, I wanted to send you a note or something.
Bring that over. Bring that over.
I was fucking
There's paper towels in there too, or something.
So we could stop at what's next, Joel,
Or you could add a picture, or you could add something.
No, we'll bring this meme up here, and then I'll edit it because I said, "What's next, Joel?" and there was a little dead air, and then so that'll come. So just bring the meme up.
Oh yeah, another one of my favorites right here.
Yeah, I love that old guy right there. He looks like World War I, sort of almost. Careful, snowflake. I drink coffee stronger than your feelings.
Yeah, I had some other great ones I was going to send you that showed basically like the comment I made about the skinny guy in his grandma's garage doing the fact checking. It showed these the youth today, if there ever was a civil war here, this is your opponent kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got those hillbillies and those rural Americans because right now. What's the biggest threat to America?
Oh yeah, rural America.
Rural America.
Christian nationalists living in Fresno, or where.
So if you worked hard for this country, if your family worked hard for this country, and you had a chicken farm, or you had you grew vegetables, or you had a dairy farm, and your family probably goes back to the Civil War, or even maybe the Revolutionary War, right? You're the fucking problem. Your family's the problem. Your kids are the problem.
Your farm.
And all you guys, listen, more military people come from rural areas.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the United States military. Male, female, fucker.
Yeah.
Whatever.
They don't want to work the farm.
Well, they maybe they wanted to get out of there
No, I
and see the
understand.
world, whatever.
I'm just
That's
saying.
very possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to work for their dad.
Yeah. Well, we talked about things being a rough sport. I don't think there's a rougher sport than farming.
No, facts. But I mean, the farming's come a long way, with
Yeah.
machines and
Yeah.
tractors and
Yeah.
the things that they have to assist you in your daily work.
You're still up at the crack of dawn, going all day long.
Yeah,
though.
you listen. I know my brother and his wife. Shout out to Sammy. Back there, you work your regular job. She's a travel nurse and he's a heavy equipment operator in the quarry, and you got to feed the chickens, you got to feed the turkeys. They got goats, horses, cows, pigs. There's maintenance to their housing. There's cleaning up after them. There's feeding them. There's shots, and that. Yeah,
I know it's hard. I lost my mind just trying to grow basil plants last year, so I understand.
Was that weed or was it basil? I gave you the wrong seeds, John. Gave you the wrong seeds.
What's our next one there, Joel?
Oh yeah, this was a good one too. Yeah.
Coworker. Why do you call everyone fucker? Me. It's gender neutral.
So I
love that one.
I used to work with a guy in Philly. Shout out to all the homies at Northeast Lincoln Mercury from back in the day. Guy's name was Joe Karazinski. And I think he called everybody babe. Hey, babe. He said, Joe, why you call everybody babe? And he had been there for forever. He lived not a half a block from the dealership off of Tyson and the Boulevard, Northeast Philadelphia. No, you're not going to be around long enough for me to remember your name. Is what he would tell everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe Karazinski. Shout out to Joe.
That's funny. I call women doll a lot.
You can get in trouble out here for that.
Well, I used to do it because it was kind of a throwback, like doll.
It's misogynistic, bro.
Hey, baby.
What the fuck's
Hey,
the
doll.
matter with you?
But now I just do it because it pisses people off.
I love to do that.
But,
Intentionally fucking put a little salt in that wound.
and I've asked a couple, do you mind, does it upset you that I call you doll? And they say, absolutely not. In fact, no one calls them dolls, so they kind of like it, Anyway, so what do we got, Joel?
Anything left there? Yes.
Forget about the zombie apocalypse. It's never going to happen. Worry about the dumbass apocalypse that's already upon us.
This is true. It's so true.
And I don't know what you can add to that.
We talked about the facts over feelings thing. I watch, again, not watching television, not watching any of that mainstream media bullshit, you know what I mean? Because, again, like we said, to break, all actors, truly actors, unless it's, your local news station, in Frostburg, Maryland, or, somewhere up in Garrett County, where they're talking about the snow and the weather, and you can see the snow and the weather.
The roof collapsed on the Piggly Wiggly.
Right, yeah, exactly, right. It's all propaganda and lies. Every fucking bit of it. It's what they want you to think. It's what they want to get in your head. And as soon as you get around that and stop watching it or listening to it, you're better off. So we were watching, like I said, watching reality TV shows, and I forget where we were going here. What were we talking about before this?
Oh, we were talking just about movies, and and you were saying that you watch reality TV on YouTube, and that's kind of where you gravitate to.
That's where I stay at. You know what I mean? I just like watching the interaction of people and how maybe they can deductively think and assess the situation, be aware of their surroundings. I mean, there's so many things that people are just whoosh, whoosh.
Well, the deductive thing, it's hard. Yeah, you gotta think about it. It's much easier just to spew some party line or some, expletive or whatever at somebody than thinking about, well, what's really going on with what they said. And it's just easier.
Yeah, or why,
Well,
you gotta say why. You have to question things,
I think people do, but there's a lot going on in the world and in people's lives, and it's just easier to say, Trump's the devil. It's just easier to say that, than, weigh the pros and cons. So anyway.
Trump is not the devil.
No.
He's just an orange guy.
Yeah, he's an orange devil.
He's just an orange guy.
He's a funny guy, man. I was watching a couple of his things. He's just, no teleprompter. He just goes off for like 45 minutes and then comes back to the topic, and it's pretty funny.
I mean, aren't they the same age?
No, Trump's about 3 or 4 years younger. He's 78, I think, something like that. So, and I don't know if he's lost a step. He kind of seems the same. That's the new narrative on him. The people that you're talking about that are actors, he can't even put a sentence together anymore. You know what everybody says about Joe, it's just so they got to grasp at some straw. What's next there, Joel? Let's celebrate Black History Month with some fun facts. Bill Clinton. Record black imprisonment. Barack, record black welfare. Donald Trump, record black employment. So,
and listen,
like you like to say, facts.
Yeah, you can go to the whitehouse.gov and look all those numbers up yourself. Donald Trump did more for black folks, brown folks, than any president in quite some time. Look up the black historical colleges, and again, you know what I mean? Don't kid yourself. I understand you feel a certain way, and I can't make you feel any different. But the facts are the facts.
Well,
don't fuck with the facts.
Yeah, do you want
nobody moves, nobody gets hurt.
You want the surgeon who's an asshole, that's the best out there, like House, or do you want the nice guy and he graduated in the middle of his class? So
I'll take House
now,
any day.
The other thing is that the tide's turning on that, especially with black males. Black women not so much are coming on Trump's side, but black males certainly are. So are Hispanic males, and they see. It's not hard.
No, and again, if you just watch YouTube, if you do some research on your own, or just follow, just check out a black conservative. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be Candace Owens. I mean, it could be the Cartier family. Those boys are on point. Shout out to them. The Hodge twins.
Candace.
Well, I say Candace at the top of that. But I have one friend who was like, she's a fucking bitch, traitor. You know what I mean? She's not. She's somebody that thinks, and just because she is married to a white person, doesn't make her. Again, she was a Democrat. She was a liberal.
Yeah, there are a lot of,
and she sees what's going on. You know what I mean? Look, Charles Barkley just was on. I used to love Charles. I met Charles a couple times. He was like, if I see a black person wearing a Trump T-shirt, I want to punch him in the face.
Yeah.
And even the dumb bitch that was fucking interviewing him or as part of his show or whatever that is, she was like, you don't really mean that. And he's like, yeah, I really do. And then all these black guys, you know what I mean, all over are putting the shirts on going, yeah, come punch me. And he's like, well, that's not really what I meant, but I really did. But you know what I mean? Like, here's the deal.
Yeah, figure of speech, right?
All these other conservative people are like, look, Democrats only want our vote every 4 years. They promise us the fucking world. They don't do anything for us. Now, I'm not black. I have a lot of black friends, and I have several black friends that say I'm black on the inside. I'm not self-proclaiming anything, but I lived in Baltimore. I was raised in Philadelphia. In the Marine Corps, a lot of my brothers were dark green Marines. In the Marine Corps, you're either light green or you're dark green. There are no brown, yellow, black, white. It's different there. You know what I mean? Again, but these people are realizing that, Maxine Waters and all these fucking career politicians that have been around forever. I mean, just look at the cities. Philadelphia, Chicago, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Baltimore. Did I say Baltimore already? New York. I mean, there's
Long Beach.
Well, I mean, look, they're Democratic cities. They've been Democrat for 25, 30 years. They go nowhere. It's shitty. You know what I mean? Don't blame somebody else. Blame the fucking people in charge. Where's all the money that we allocated for this playground or that playground or this building for homeless people or this program to help people? You know what I mean? Again, somebody's getting fucking paid. It's not the people that should be getting paid. And the money never goes where it's supposed to. New Orleans. So, I mean, come on. Like, again, I'm not saying that red cities or right-run cities or states don't have crime and don't have these other issues. But the majority of it is in those Democratic cities.
All right, well, we're going to do a clip now that was from a super PAC for the Republican Party. It's an ad about Joe.
Oh, yeah?
And what they're
All right,
putting out.
This ought to be good.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell they want. I guess I should clear my mind here a little bit.
We can all see Joe Biden's weakness. If Biden wins, can he even survive till 2029? The real question is, can we? Make America Great Again Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Brutal.
And this, what the sad part is? Well, how long was that? Like, seconds-wise?
Yeah.
Like, do you know how many clips there are of that happening?
Right.
Not just her being horse teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, there you could probably put a half-hour sitcom together.
Of him falling around, stumbling, tripping over shit.
Yeah,
which again, like we talked about this before, it's fucking sad, bro.
It is.
You let this poor old man up here. This is the way he's going to be remembered. This is his fucking legacy.
Right.
This is it right here.
Yeah.
This is what you're going to carry forward, right? For what? For a fucking dime, bro.
Yeah.
For a fucking dollar.
Or a fucking dollar for a bunch of other people that aren't him.
I rest my case.
Yeah, how many hearts and minds that's going to change, but
wow.
If you're on the fence, that might push you over into the neighbor's yard,
Get off my yard.
Yeah. That's
Get off my yard.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we sure will.
We sure will.
I got to be honest with you, it's good to be back in the studio with you boys. We're having fun here today. We've had some challenges. I'm sure you'll hear the leaf blower guy or some of the earlier stuff. It's pretty comical.
Let's.
Do we have some shameless plugs? You got any shameless plugs?
Well, I think we had another two more memes. Let's put up Kermit. I like that one.
Oh, that's
and
right.
it's a good follow up for this.
And I got a couple of things I wanted to say too.
I've looked everywhere, and nobody is wearing Build Back Better hats.
Yeah. Kermit the Frog here.
Yeah, there is really no enthusiasm about the guy.
Yeah.
But there wasn't last time either.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Have you seen any Biden-Harris bumper stickers?
Yeah, not really. No. Well, we're in Orange County, man. So. Yeah.
Orange County, Orange Man. Huh, interesting.
Yeah. So, but yeah, not a big rush of excitement for Joe.
No shit. Do we have some more memes? Oh, there's this one.
I don't really even know.
More money from Democrats.
Yeah.
More money from Democrats to donate it to her fucking campaign.
She's way far in the rearview mirror. We
We
don't really even need to comment on it,
Yeah, I mean, again, why?
Yeah.
What did the Gavin Newsom say? She's our best surrogate.
Yeah.
He said it out loud.
Yeah.
Come on, people.
Gavin.
Gruesome Newsom.
Yeah, he said
Him and Joe like Beavis and fucking Butthead.
Yeah, he loves Joe.
Yeah, he
He
thinks Joe's the best fucking thing since sliced bread.
Yeah,
Is he the one that he was giving the master
class
Yeah.
in leadership. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and you learned yours from Nancy and Uncle
That-
Paulie.
Master class at junior college, maybe.
I don't
yeah.
know, bro. The guy's fucked up.
Yeah.
The guy's fucked up. Was there any more, Joel? Oh yeah, the Sundogs.
Yeah.
I think
Shameless
that's-
plug.
Yeah, shameless plug. One of the new adventures that I was privileged and extremely delighted to be a part of. The Sundogs is a super group of great guys. Will be. I think that was a Skyloft gig. Speaking of gigs, I had a whole.
Well, you're
litany here.
busy.
Yeah. All of a sudden, yeah.
Well, I can get my shameless plug out of the way then.
Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing.
So, yeah, this is kind of a cool one. Next Friday night, which I believe is the 17th or
15th.
15th. Is that what next Friday is?
Yeah, the 15th.
Anyway, yeah, the 15th. Tightrope will be at Iva Lee's. And there's a rumor that we are the we're the last band that's going to play there until it's taken over by new management.
So sad. Such a great place to
Yeah.
play music. Such great food and New Orleans. Backwater Bayou kind of fun stuff.
Yeah,
there.
and it's unique in one sense. I don't know if you can say unique in one sense. It's just unique that people are there for the music.
Yeah, people appreciate music. If you go to a place and the people go to eat dinner and they go there early and they reserve tables. I mean, I've had the pleasure of playing with you there, with Greg, with Mendoza, with Cram. I mean, a lot of people, Hillbilly's been on stage there with me. It's a fun place. And
It's a fun place.
Eric's a great guy. Not many places you go to at the beginning of the night, they ask, what's the band want for food?
I know.
They send you out with, some jambalaya or
Yeah.
that fried chicken. Their mashed potatoes are crazy.
Yeah, Eric's a fantastic guy, one of the best club owners I've ever worked for.
Thank you for everything, and wish you the best in whatever you do from this point forward.
And hopefully it'll carry on. There's somebody new's taking it over, and we'll see. But, great place and great crowd.
Yeah, great crowd. So a couple things. March 15th, I'll be at the Cliff in Laguna Beach with the Ghost of Electricity, a little fun band. Jeff Glass, Albert Margolis, the mighty Ben Wagner, and Ray Weston. That's around a 6 o'clock show there. March 21st, I'll be at the Skyloft with Sundogs. March 21st, I'm sorry. March 23rd, Patty Station with the Kentucky Playboys. March 31st, Easter Sunday, the Sundogs will be out at Cook's Corner. April 5th, I got the Sundogs gig. San Juan Hills Country Club, back to the scene of the crime under a new name, so we'll see what happens. Big show here. Mark your calendars. April 18th at the Swallows Inn, the great Swallows Inn. Shout out to Gunny and all the fucking cool people there. The Dutt Brothers. The Dutt Brothers will return. Actually, old Waxy Build-Up is going to make an appearance. He's going to come down from the hills of Idaho. Looking forward to seeing him. Sundogs got a show in San Diego at the Aquarius on the 18th of May. Back at the San Juan Hills Golf Course on the 24th. I got some other shows. August 3rd, we'll be at Sea Salt in Huntington Beach for the Jerry Days. But anyway, there's some shameless plugs. It's the most gigs. It's the most gigs I've had in 3 years, probably.
Yeah. I do have one more plug because this is going to be kind of special. On April 12th, Tightrope will be playing in Long Beach at Mulaney's, and kind of a deal because I still have a huge amount of friends I went to school with that live in Long Beach.
Shout out to Long Beach.
And they always show up. We don't do it very often, but when we do, they show up in force. And so all the North Towners, it's all North Long Beach, baby.
Are we talking Bixby Knolls? Oh, you talking Long Beach?
Yeah. Now we're talking about North Long Beach, man. We're a separate entity unto ourselves, man.
Yeah, I bet you are.
You know,
there's a lot of history in Long Beach, bro.
Yeah,
all sides.
and you know Northtown, man.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
Special time in Long
April
Beach.
12th at Mulaney's for all you Panthers out there that might be watching this.
Yeah. Real quick, I want to say I want to give a shout out to my family. Lost my cousin out here to a drug overdose. Was a Marine, was a good father, was a great cousin, great friend to me. Again, shout out to the family back in Maryland. It was a tragedy. It should have never have happened. And, we all have demons and we all have skeletons, and addiction's a horrible thing. If you know somebody that's a drug problem, try to help them, seek help, and live a better life. If you have a drug problem and you know you have a drug problem, try to seek help and live a better life, because it's not you know what I mean? It's the people that you leave behind you that will suffer and hurt the most. I mean, again, I can't make you feel some way different. All I could ask is that you try to find peace in yourself and that your family and your friends help you, because you got to want help to get help. So a shout out to, sadly, the coroner, the sheriff, all these people, the people at the hotel were fantastic and treated us as wonderfully as they could. But it was a terrible loss, a terrible tragedy. I want to thank everybody that reached out. I want to thank everybody that donated to the GoFundMe. That Lauren's brother, my cousin Lucas, who is a man's man, let me tell you, he stood up strong. Shout out to you, cuz. That donated, they raised a bunch of money to help these kids until the insurance money and the other things that they have coming along happens for them. So again, love you. Thank you for your sympathy, messages, cards, DMs. I mean, it was heavy. I wasn't going to put anything on there about it. It was kind of personal, but he needed to GoFundMe put up there, so I did it, and I got a lot of love and condolences and thoughts and prayers from a lot of great people on my social media pages and my family and friends all over this great country. So again, thank you very much. And that's, again, the drugs are a problem. You know what I mean? Why do we still have all these drug problems? Why have we spent all this money through the DEA, and all these people have died and people put in prison and families ruined? Because if the government wanted to get rid of drugs, they would get rid of drugs. Democrat, Republican, I don't give a fuck who you are. You know what I mean? Again, it's all about greed and self-preservation. So, we got anything else? We good?
I think we're good, man.
Joel, my man in Amsterdam. Love you, brother. Thank you for all your hard work and your expertise here. Johnny, a.k.a. Jack, killer job on editing lately. Great to see you. Great to be here. We love you guys. Like, share, subscribe, agree to disagree. If you want to be on the show, let us know. We appreciate you guys. We want everybody to be safe, happy, and healthy. And remember, life is short. Hustle hard. Live and love like you mean it. Never trust a living ass. And remember, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. Peace. Much love. We'll see you real soon.